students, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to study a new chapter from history, chapter 1, that is about when, where and how. In this chapter we are going to study about the changes that took place in the country from 18th century onwards. During this period the country was divided into several small and big independent states. With that, these independent states were very weak in administration, and because of that life and property of the people was insecure. With that, the political bondage of our country kept it backward and it delayed the process of modernization in India. So before moving forward, how historians divided the Indian history into different categories, it is very important for us to know the meaning of history. So history is all about what? It is the study of past, not only memorizing the dates. Most of the people think of that it is more important in history that we have to remember the dates, but it is not like that. What we have to keep on focus on the study of past in detail. And with the study of history, we have to keep certain points in the mind carefully. The first is the particular event about which we are studying. The second is the dates on which the event took place. The third is people who are associated with the event. And the fourth is the particular place where it happened. Starting with the periodization of Indian history, there were many economists and political philosophers in the country, or historians. They have divided history into different phases. One of them was James Mill. He is well-known Scottish philosopher and political historian. In 1817, he published a book, History of British India. In this book, he categorized the history into three different periods. The first was Hindu, the second was Muslims, and the third was British. His main motive on the division of these periods was only to show that Hindus and Muslims ruled over before the period of British India. Moving away from Mill's classification of history, there were many other historians in the country who have divided the history in different phases. An example is the ancient, the medieval and the modern history. This division was on the basis of the development took place in the country, maybe in the manner of social, political, economic and other aspects. Starting with the major events of the world history, the modern period of Indian history extends over a period of about 250 years. During this time, India was a colony of the British rule. Before we shall briefly focus over the changes that took place in modern India, we have to read or study about the events that took place and which changed tremendously during the period of time. Some of these events were, the first is Renaissance. Renaissance is a French word which means rebirth. It was a cultural movement which was the revival of cultural learning, culture, art and architecture between the 14th and 16th century in India. The second is Industrial Revolution. It is defined as the time when major changes in agriculture, manufacturing, mining, transportation had an impact on everyday's life. It was a period from 18th to 19th century. It began in Britain. Western Europe, Northern America, Japan and eventually the world were also involved. The third one is colonialism and imperialism. When we talk about imperialism, it is a policy of extending a country's power and influence through military forces of diplomacy. The ideology that drives colonialism and cannot be categorized into formal and informal imperialism. Another one is colonialism. When we talk about this, it is the practice of acquiring partial or full control over another country and exploiting it economically. Practice of extending territories, forming colonies and settlements and exploiting their resources. It has produced two main types of colonies, that is settler colonies and dependencies. Another cause was discovery of new sea routes. The period of Renaissance and Industrial Revolution led to the age of discoveries in new sea routes. Many unknown lands were discovered by the European explorers who sailed upon the southern Cape of Africa and named it as Cape of Good Hope. One of the example is given. Christopher Columbus began his expedition in 1492. He sailed westwards a few weeks later and reached West Indies. It was after the death of Columbus that the Europeans came to know of his discovery of a new land, which was named America. Francis Drake, the first Englishman who circumnavigated the world, and James Cook, the 18th century navigator and explorer, successfully mapped the Pacific Ocean, New Zealand and Australia. With these discoveries, Europeans got a chance to expand their territories and relations with the rest of the world. The English East India Company established its outposts in many countries. As we have seen that many changes took place in the world, and the changes affects the history tremendously. With that, the establishment of the British Empire, people started revolting against the British or the colonialism. So we have another topic about nationalism, the uprising against colonialism. It starts with French Revolution of 1789 to 92, with basic ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity inspired by the people all over the world. The American War of Independence sowed the seeds of nationalism. Autocratic rules of the monarchs were thrown away and the democratic governments were established in many parts of the world. With that, the countries under foreign domination began to struggle to overthrow foreign rule and established itself as a nation. Later, in the 19th century, there were struggles for freedom and nationalism, unification in Germany, Italy, Greece, Poland and other European countries. Later, in Germany and Italy were the first nations to be united. Many nations launched their struggle on these lines and gained independence in the 20th century. Thus, they struggled for nationhood tied by the common geography, language and desire to have a democratic setup, which became a potent factor in shaping the history of the world during the 19th and 20th century. The nation waves of nationalism that reached the Indian shores shook the very foundation of the British Empire in India and paved the way for the dawn of independence. Now for today, the first part of the chapter is completed. It's time for today's assignment. I'm giving you 4 questions and this you have to note down in A4 size paper and keep it in the file. When you come back to school, submit it to me. The questions are, the first one is, what is imperialism? Question number 2 is, what is colonialism? Third question is, what changes took place during the Industrial Revolution? And the last one is, define Renaissance. That's all for today. Take care. Have a nice day.